Yo guys, what's going on? Robert Warshack here, and we've got the new mini set, the Deadmines, out. We've got new cards to play with, and these are, in my opinion, the top 5 decks that you should try, with the new cards being first off, the new Pirate Warrior. This was the first video we made, should have been posted yesterday. For all of these decks, as I play them and post the videos on them, it'll be in the description of this video. But as we know, this deck is very, very good right now. Probably the best deck in the game. Pirate Warrior's just tier S because of the new Mr. Smite and of course the Defias, which just makes you do a lot more damage than you used to do. Not only because you can play them in your deck, but because the Juggernaut summons these guys for basically for free. Not that you're going to get them every game, but just having them in the pool just is an increased amount of great pirates that you can get, and both of them do just an astronomical amount of damage. So Pirate Warrior, just so good right now, and it's the first video that we covered. I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and if you are enjoying my videos or this particular video, over 57% of the people watching are not subbed to this channel, and I would really appreciate it if you do like the content, only if you like it, to throw a sub, leave a like, leave a comment. It really helps it out on the YouTube algorithm side. In order for this channel to keep growing and doing what I like to do, I need you guys who enjoy the content and who watch it to support it, because YouTube doesn't know that you like my content unless you tell it that you like my content. So with that, thank you for listening and enjoy the next game. Next is going to be the Aggro Druid. So this is Chris 05's version. He plays this deck all the time. He plays it like top 100 legends, so I figured what better person to pull the list from than him. He made the inclusion of adding in the new Moonlight Guidance to the deck and the Druid of the Reef. So these two new cards are really, really good because Druid of the Reef synergizes well with Oracle, and the Moonlight Guidance can get you your copies of Arbor up and the copies of Compositing. So Aggro Druid definitely did get a lot out of the mini set. Even with a deck as powerful as this, I mean, this was one of the best decks that we had prior to the Deadmines, and now it added 2 new cards to the deck, and yeah, it's better than ever. So Aggro Druid, very, very good at the moment. And then we also have the new OTK Celestial Druid. So this is the old Celestial package, but it runs now Smite, and it runs the Jerry Rig Carpentier. So one of the win cons, on top of already being, of course, Lady Anacondria with the Malagos and the Cenarian Warden survival, is that you can survival and then play your Oracle of Elune and then play Mr. Smite, which then, because you're playing 1-drop minion, summons 2 Mr. Smites, and then you play Jerry Rig Carpentier, and then again, with the Survival of the Fittest, you play one of each of these, it gives them charge, and it's like 30 plus damage in 1 turn, and you've spent like 4 mana doing it, and that's quite easy to do because you can Celestial, and then from there you can gain mana with stuff like Nourish or Overgrowth. This deck has like 8 different win cons that you'll go through. One of them happens to be Mr. Smites, the others just winning through survivals, the others doing, you know, Malagos craziness or Cenarian Ward craziness, or just, this deck is nuts. This deck has so many different win cons and is just really, really good. Second to last, we have the new Weapon Pirate Rogue, again taking advantage of that Mr. Smite along with Pirates. So this has everything that normally the Shank deck has in regards to poisons, but it has that late game finisher, which is the Mr. Smite with the double Blood Cell Raider after you get your weapon pretty high up there. So you give this like 5+ attack alongside the Blood Raider, which gives them like 7 attack, and then you attack with 7, Mr. Smite 6, and then you can go ahead and Shadow Step your Blood Cell Raider, play him again for free, and attack again with them because again they have charge because of Mr. Smite. So this deck has all of the pros of Weapon Rogue. A little less damage from the weapon side just because we're focusing a little bit on that pirate charge side, but still very, very good. A lot of people are playing this at top legend, and I'm pretty sure the person who came up with this or is playing it currently is Meaty, which is again a really high level Hearthstone player. So Weapon Rogue getting an interesting little charge pirate finisher there with Shadow Steps and whatnot. And then the last deck that we're going to cover is going to be the new updated buff Libram Paladin. Again, I despise Libram Paladins. I hate the deck so much, but it doesn't make it any less good. This deck takes advantage of the new Sun Wing Squawker, which repeats the last spell you've cast on a friendly minion. So this, on top of like stuff like Blessing of Authority or the Libram of Hope or the Blessing of Kings, is just really good. Granted, there's a bunch of different versions of this Libram Paladin deck, so whether or not you want to play like more Justices or City Tax or what have you, the core is the same. You run the Librams, you run the buffs, and you play the Squawker. Whatever else you want to put in the deck, it doesn't really change it too much. It's still Libram Paladin. Yeah, so really good deck, curves out very nicely, and a very, very, very easy deck to play, like really easy. I mean, I was hoping this mini set would shake things up a little bit more so far. besides just making good decks better. But again, with only 35 new cards, it's kind of hard to shake up what is an already pretty solid meta. I think we're going to find the biggest changes that come with the set that releases at the beginning of the year, because not only will we'll have a new set coming out, we'll have the rotation as well. And then on top of that, also, they did delay the mini set by 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. So that just means the next expansion is closer than it normally would be, because the mini sets happen like right in the middle of the expansion cycle. But we actually have a little bit delay. So the new expansion should be out like in a month and a half, which is not that long from now. And then, you know, after that is the big change. So even though it may not feel good right now, again, the first set of next year should be really, really good. So with that, enjoy these new decks and these new cards. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Of course, I'm Robert Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.